Welcome, welcome. Just trying to get this thing set up. Okay. I don't know how to do it. Okay. How y'all doing? Wi-Fi acting up. Oh boy. Bear with me, y'all. Welcome, welcome. It's been a while. Trying to get back into the swing of things. You feel me? Welcome. Good morning. Just trying to get this set up right. I apologize for the inconvenience, but we'll be getting into the daily messages soon. As soon as this Wi-Fi stop acting up, oh my goodness, this is unbelievable. Okay, 1 second. Good morning, y'all. Hopefully, it'll be. Just trying to get the setup right, y'all. All right. Hopefully y'all can see when I lay the cards out. Everything is good. I'm not really trying to be on camera right now, y'all. It's 1:30 in the morning. My hair's all messed up, but you know what? My spirit ain't. So without further ado, hopefully y'all can see where I'm gonna lay the reading. You can hear the music in the background. Let me know in the chat. And yeah, how's everybody doing this morning? Welcome. I'm Maria, and this is my channel, Maria's Tarot's Journey with me. So come along, y'all. Got my singing bowl. Gonna open up this reading with a moment of silence. For those still sick and suffering, I got my decks. Gonna light some sage, clear the energy, clear the decks, and get into it, y'all. For September the 1st, 2024. It's been a while since I've done this because I've been having a lot of health issues and, you know, trying to get my shit together, excuse my French, but without further ado, let's get it, Journey Squad. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing this morning? Welcome. All right, y'all. Drop a line in the chat. Let me know where you at. Holla back, y'all. I'm in the Bronx. Where y'all watching from? I'll leave a timestamp in the description to when I officially start the reading because, you know, it took me a couple of minutes to set up and get the camera angle and things like that right. Good morning, Showstopper. I see you now. I apologize. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things and the internet keep on stopping. I don't know what's going on. I just turned that internet back on today, actually yesterday. So it should be working fine. I don't understand why it keep buffering. I got the Wheel of Death going on my meditation music. That's horrible. Hopefully it'll come back. I'm just cleaning out my decks so we can proceed with today's messages. It's been heavy on my heart to do these readings again. I finally have the energy and the strength to actually put forth the effort. The oracle decks that we'll be using today is Wisdom of the Oracle, as well as Crystal Spirits Oracle. So those will be towards the end of the messages after the tarot is done. I'm gonna try to get this going one more time, and if it doesn't, we're just gonna have to go solo dolo. Feel me? But I prefer to have the music in the background. One second, y'all. I gotta check my internet box. Find out what's going on. If I can actually get up. Okay, I did it. I'm not understanding. The box keeps saying the internet connection is good, but my tablet seems to not want to work. Okay. Good morning. How's everything going? Hope all is well. I just restarted my tablet to see if I can get some sort of meditation music going. All right, let's try this one more time. If we get the wheel of death again, we just gonna proceed. For real, for real. Welcome. Sorry. And so it is. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm Maria, and I'm back. It's been a minute, y'all. So bear with me while we get into today's messages for September the 1st, 2024. Open up this reading with love and light, truth, wisdom, and understanding. What are the messages for today, September the 7th, Look at me. I'm jumping all the way into September the 7th. How about that, y'all? September the 1st. 2024. It's amazing how this year has done flew right on by, yo. We already in September. Next thing you know, it's gonna be Christmas and New Year's, and then we in 2025. But just for today, in this moment in time, what are the messages for the collective as a whole? I open up this reading with love, light, truth, wisdom, and understanding. So right here, we have the overall energy for today's messages. We got the Queen of Wands coming out for the overall energy, y'all. First message that came out was the Two of Swords. So today, with the Two of Swords, there's a decision that has to be made, followed by the Seven of Cups in the reverse. This is simply an indication for the collective that someone out there could be struggling to make a decision to remove themselves from some sort of emotional connection. However, being with the Two of Swords, which talks about being in indecision and being indecisive in regards towards an emotional connection that you could be facing at this current time, the possible outcome is the Four of Cups in the reverse. The Four Cups in the reverse talks about no longer sitting and wallowing in your emotional defeat when it comes to the options that you have chosen, in which you have ultimately realized with this Seven of Cups in the reverse that all those emotional connections that you have been facing and dealing with lately, a decision has to be made, and no longer must you sit in confusion. You got to come up out of that energy with the Four of Cups in the reverse. Meaning, if it would have came up in the upright collective, this would have just indicated to me that you're in an emotional connection that is no longer serving you. However, it came up in the reverse. So that's showing me that collectively, someone out there in the collective is going through an emotional battle in telling themselves the truth with the Two of Swords in order to release themselves from an emotional connection that they know is no longer serving them for their highest good. Therefore, with the Four Cups in the reverse, moving very slowly but surely, the Queen of Wands is the overall energy. It's time to take your power back. Whoever you are out there in the collective, the Queen of Wands is very stern and sophisticated, and she ultimately gets the job done. So whatever you're suffering with on an emotional level, when it comes to the connections and the choices and the options that you have been chosen and given, moving forward, Spirit, the universe, whoever you believe in, wants you to understand that this Two of Swords came out first for a purpose. It's time to cut through the nitty-gritty of all the, excuse my French, but it's time to cut through all the possibilities that you have seen within the options that you have been given with that Seven of Cups in the reverse. And realize that the connection that you're in right now, it's not serving you for your highest good. And given the fact, with the overall energy being the Queen of Wands, it's time for you to put your money to where your mouth is and make some tough choices in releasing certain energies and people and situations that you have been in. But let's go ahead and move forward and clarify the reverse energies for today's messages. Two of Swords also represents a lot of energy in the capacity of what you have been thinking lately. Indecisiveness plays a major role in the confusion and the stagnation that you may find yourself in when it comes to relationships and emotional connections with other people that you have been interacting with lately. And even though with the Four of Cups being in the reverse shows growth and fortitude to move forward, you realize that you have made a decision with this Seven of Cups in the reverse, that not every option that's available to you is for your highest good, collective. So keep that in mind. Clarify the Seven of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Balance has to be restored within your mental capacity. When it comes to that Seven of Cups in the reverse, collective, the balance that needs to be restored when you make that decision to no longer be blindfolded in your pursuit in happiness when it comes to the interpersonal connections and the relationships that you have developed thus far, leading you to the Four of Cups. Realization. Four of Cups is being clarified with the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is another air Aquarius type energy, which ultimately is just showing, oh Lord, my whole setup done dropped. Excuse me, y'all. So the Four of Cups is being clarified with the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords represents an individual with the mental capacity of being inquisitive, starting to ask questions. You know what I'm saying? The things that are happening around you, you want to know what's going on, especially when it comes to the emotional connections that you feel a disconnection in, with the Seven of Cups in the reverse being clarified with the Six of Pentacles, which represents balance, restoration. So there's some sort of balance and restoration that needs to take place within your spirit in order for you to see and no longer be blinded with this Two of Swords energy that's keeping you stuck and stagnated in a situation where you no longer are being served for your highest good. And that's where the overall energy of the Queen of Wands comes into play for today's messages, to remind you, collective, that ultimately at the end of the day it's going to begin with you and it's going to end with you. And if you continue on the path of I won't say self-destruction, but ultimately mentally you're on a path of self-deterioration when it comes to the emotional connections that you have been holding on to, hoping that things will change for the better. But the only way things are going to change is if you make that effort to put in change for yourself regarding your predicament and your situation. Because at the bottom of the deck, we got the world. And the world is just simply an energy of lessons that need to be completed. And it's time to move on to bigger and better things when it comes to the emotional connections that are no longer serving you. So ultimately, the overall energy is the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands followed by the Two of Swords. There's a decision that needs to be made. You need to start looking at things from a different perspective in order for your options that you are refusing. You have the Seven of Cups in the upright, talks about many emotional connections and new opportunities and new options. However, it being in the reverse, this is showing me and indicating to me that someone out there in the collective is holding on to an emotional connection that is no longer serving them, and balance has to come into play. And that once that balance come into play and you remove the blindfolds from the options that you are refusing to choose and stay where you are, Spirit is showing me with the Six of Pentacles, balance and restoration will come into play, which ultimately will open the door for you no longer. Four Cups in the upright talks about unhappiness, not content with your emotional connections, and it's showing with the Two of Swords and the Four Cups in the reverse, clarified with the Knight of Swords. It's time for you to start asking some deep questions within yourself and ask yourself, why are you so hell-bound bent on not removing yourself from emotional connections that are doing you a disservice, rather a service? So let's go ahead and pull a Wisdom of the Oracle for some additional messages for the collective as a whole. Peace. First oracle message for the collective. Peace is needed and warranted right now, currently in your position. Excuse me. Go the distance. Have no fear when it comes to doing what's best for you, collective. Final message. Truth be told. Ultimately, the truth will be told once the indecision and the ambiguity that you're facing currently in your positions when it comes to emotional connections with you and other people that you ultimately pick and choose. Truth must be told. Are you happy? Ask questions. Is it worth all the emotional baggage to continue to stay stuck and stagnated? Or is it time to remove yourself from where you're no longer being served and stop staying stuck and stagnated on this Two of Swords energy where you're ultimately obsessing and compulsing on whether you should stay or whether you should go? The final decision must be made. Queen of Wands, it's time to take action, collective, in order to restore the balance within your own mind and to free yourself from the unlimited possibilities and choices that you ultimately have to choose from But because there's resistance with the Seven of Cups in the reverse, this is showing me that even though you're not where you want to be, you're comfortable in an uncomfortable situation, and Spirit is showing me the truth must be told within yourself in order to release this Four of Cups in the reverse energy, to tell yourself the truth in the upright with the Knight of Swords energy. Taking a stand, standing for something and not falling for anything anymore, any longer. Bottom of the deck. Why? Sometimes it's best not to know why and just keep moving forward and doing the best you can with what you have at that moment in time. Irregardless of whether emotionally you feel connected to this individual, the universe has already showed you synchronicities and signs that it's time for you to put yourself in position. Queen of Wands, overall energy. You know who you are. The truth has to be told. Sometimes we have to look ourselves in the mirror and tell ourselves the truth in order to find peace and solitude. You must go the distance, collective. No matter who come and no matter who go. Those are your daily messages for September the 1st, 2024. We're going to go ahead and pull a crystal visions oracle. Sometimes we get so accustomed to being unaccustomed to the changes and the power and the perseverance and the peace that we possess within ourselves, because we're holding on to connections that we think can do for us what we can't do for ourselves. And then we find ourselves stuck in horrible situations, but the universe is always guiding us and trying to put us in a position to show us something that we have better alternatives and better options to choose from. But at the end of the day, with that Two of Swords coming out, that's just telling me that there's some rectification that needs to be made within ourselves, within your own mind, to find the peace as to why, who, what, where, and why. All right, let's go ahead and get a final oracle and close this reading out with truth, wisdom, clarity, and understanding. We have watermelon tourmaline. Let me get the guidebook. The essential meanings: seeing perfection in the moment, basking in the bliss of just being natural joy and a peaceful heart. The water tourmaline spirit comes bearing the messages that the divine order supports you in experiencing your bliss. Notice the perfection in this moment, that unbreakable connection to the universal consciousness within you, The conscious universe is here to guide you so you may feel and experience bliss as it radiates outwards. Your outer conditions will soon respond with a reflection of your natural joy and your peaceful heart. Forget the small stuff today and simply be present. Feeling your bliss, experiencing that you are where you need to be, filled with joy, enthusiasm, and optimism right now. Yes, problems exist and always will, but watermelon tourmaline spirit is here to remind you that they do not have to define your experience in this life, and you are an extremely powerful healer and co-creator. So let joy and peace arise within you. You are asked now to acknowledge your creative power and your ability to collaborate in a great healing work of all. Do not let your ego distract you from the pleasure of knowing that each moment that you are here, you have the distinct honor of being able to contribute to the healing of the planet and all her creatures. The conscious universe is giving you a shout out. So bask in your bliss. Life is good and getting better every moment. In regards towards your relationship, perfection lies in loving unconditionally. Just as the conscious universe loves you no matter what. Whoever you love, whoever loves you, know that your attention is drawn to the perfection of love within you. The love from the conscious universe that flows directly into you from every direction, reminding you that you are always worthy of love. Knowing this, bask in all the love around you. Then you will see your relationship more clearly and recognize, and sometimes the best way to express love is through sacrifice. And sometimes it is through saying no with capital letters and period at the end. You will soon know what you are meant to do and what you need to consider. But first, you must stop and feel the unconditional love that is yours. Feel bliss, be in your bliss, and all will soon be clear. Prosperity message. Abundance flows so that we all have enough and may experience that incredible bliss that comes in the perfect moment of giving unconditionally or accepting loss with faith in something as wonderful or even better is coming. Outer conditions respond to the blissful perfection we feel when we connect to the conscious universe and recognize that the love it has for us is absolute, infinite, and boundless. Today, the watermelon tourmaline spirit is calling you to take action, to allow yourself to feel the love of the conscious universe in every fiber of your being, so that abundance can begin to flow your way again in a natural wave, in alignment with divine order. Stop and immerse yourself in the experience of this delicious moment. Water tourmaline gently grounds while stimulating the heart. Meditation with this stone allows us to be present in the moment. It brings in a feeling of gratitude and helps us understand that life is precious and perfect in every moment, regardless of what is happening around us. Thank you, Spirit. I want to thank you all for stopping by. It's been a while. I'm back, hopefully, to continue to do readings on a daily. So those were your messages for September the 1st. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace, love, and walk in grace, y'all.